Very good morning, dear students. Welcome back to the business statistics class. Okay, fine. So we have been working out the problems under index method, right? So in the last week, we had worked out the problems, how to calculate the index number for the given problem. Okay, so before going to the problem, just we will recap. Okay, what are the methods are there? Okay, so to calculate the index number, there are two important methods are there, right? Okay, what are the two important methods? Can anyone can put it in the chat box? What are the two methods are there to calculate the index number? What is the first method? What is the first method to calculate the index number? Yeah, what is the first method? There are two methods we discussed, right? Under each method, we have solved the problems also. And today we are going to work out about the problems under one more method. What are the two methods? Yes, this is just to recap so that you will understand what is the problem that you are going to work out under which method today. What is the first method? Can anyone? What is the first method to construct the index number? Yeah, guys, please reply in the chat box. What are the two methods that we discussed? Under each method, there are different methods also there. What is the first method? No one is replying. A simple method. Okay, good. So the first one is a simple method, which is also called as unweighted index method. The another name for simple index method is unweighted index method. Second method is weighted index method. These are the two major methods are there to construct the index number. So in the simple index method, there are two more methods. So what is the two more method? First one is simple aggregate method. Second one is simple average of price relative method. Please make a note of it. There are two methods are there to construct the index number. Okay, number one is simple index method or unweighted index method. Second one is weighted index method. Under simple index, there are two more methods. Other one is simple aggregate method. Second one is simple average of price relative method. In simple aggregate method, what we will do, we will we will sum up all the price for both base year and current year. We will substitute in the formula and we will get the answer. Second method, simple average of price relative method. What we will do, we have to calculate the price relative value, P value for each commodity. And then you have to find out the log value for those P value and then substitute in the formula and finally find out the anti-log value. This is what you have to do it in the simple aggregate method, simple average of price relative method, which comes under simple method, simple index method. So the first method is over. And then the second method is weighted index method. In the weighted index method also, we have a two methods. One is weighted aggregate method. Second one is weighted average of price relative method. In weighted aggregate only, there are three methods are there. What are the three methods? Can I able to tell me what are three methods under weighted aggregate method? What are the three methods under weighted aggregate method? One is, it starts with the what? First method under weighted Lapsis method. Very good. So Lapsis method is the first method under weighted aggregate method. Very good. Lapsis method. And then the third one is what? Fisher index method. Good. These are the three methods which comes under weighted aggregate method. Okay. See, when I told you, I have given an instruction how to remember the formula, right? So the first formula I told you, right? The base formula for calculating index number is current year divided by the base year, the price value. Current year divided by the base year, P1 by P0, summation. If you multiply, okay, the quantity of the base year in the numerator denominator, that is called lapsis. That means if you multiply Q0 in the denominator, numerator, you'll get lapsis. If you multiply the current year of the quantity of the current year, Q1 in numerator and denominator, it is called passive formula. Combination of both lapsis and passive formula will be the Fisher formula. That's it. And in Fisher method also, we solved some problem, and there is a conditions also. We have to prove that whether it is verify. You have to verify whether it is there is a TRT and FRT test review, time reversal test, and factor reversal test also should be proved. This is what we discussed in the previous week. And then the second method under weighted index method is weighted average of price relative method. So this is a method in the last week we have started, and we started working on the one problem. So I'll recap this session also. See, weighted average of price relative method, this is the formula. See, there are different formulas that don't confuse with the formula. Take the first one. In the given problem, sir, weight is given and the price relative value P is given directly, means use this first formula. Summation WP by summation W. Suppose, so instead of giving weightage, they are given the index value I, and then they given the value V. So use a second formula. Sir, weight is also not given, I is also not given, value is also not given, but they given base year, current year, price and quantity. That is P0, Q0, P1, Q1 they are given. Then what? Which formula we have to use, sir? You can use any one of the formula, but before that you have to calculate. For example, sir, I'm going to use the first formula, means you can calculate the P value, because already I told you, right, in problem they given the base year, current year, price and quantity. That means P0, Q0, P1, Q1 is given. So by using that value, we can calculate the P value. And by using this formula, we can calculate the W. Then substitute in this, find out the price relative value, index value. Okay. So don't confuse with the formula, guys. Once again, I'm repeating. According to the given value, you work out the problem. Suppose, sir, weight is given, sir, but the P value didn't given. They didn't give the P value, but instead of the P value, they gave the price for the current year and base year. That means P0 and P1 is given, but P is not given. So if P1, P0 is given, you can calculate the P value by using this formula. See, P equal to P or I equal to P1 by P0 done. You know, you can calculate the P, and W is already given in the problem. So from that also you can calculate. So according to the given value, you need to decide which formula you have to use. Okay, is it clear now? Do you have any confusion in this formula? Because some may get confused at which formula we have to use. If W and P is given, use this formula. If I and V is given, use this formula. Sir, only W is given, they didn't give P at all, but they given P1, P0, use this. Suppose in some problem, they won't give W, they won't give I, they won't give V. Only they will give P1, P0, Q1, Q0. You use this formula. You use this formula, find out W and P or V and I. You can use any term, either I or V, P or W. Both the formula are same one. Okay. Now I'll move on to the problem. See, this is the first problem we worked out in the last class, right? The first problem. They ask you to calculate the index price index number. Okay, by using this current year and the base year. And then they are given an adjustment. They are saying that suppose if there is a weightage, the weightage like 80, 50, 40, 30 is increased by a certain percentage, like 4:3:2:1 in the ratio. Then what will be the change in the index number they're asking? So first we already calculated the price index number for this given problem. Already we worked out. And then the second part is we need to change the weightage value. How? 80 plus 4%, 4 by 10, 4 ratio, they are given in the ratio 4. The total value is a 10. So 4 by 10 of 80 will be 32. So 80 plus 32, 112 will be the new weightage. Okay, that I will work out. I'll stop sharing this PPT. And I will open my Word document. Yes. Can you see the Word document, right? Okay. See, this is what the given problem. And in the last classes, we have solved this problem up to this. You know how to calculate, because I told you, right, sir, W is given, sir, but P is not given. But P1, P0 is given. So by using P1, P0, we can calculate P, which is required for the formula. So we calculated the P and we got WP and we substituted this value and we got the index value. Now, second part, because they given adjustment, see, already we solved this problem. Up to this, we had worked out. When weights of the commodities increased in the ratio 4:3:2:1, then what will be the new weightage? So new weightage we have to calculate along with the existing weightage. So existing weightage is 80 plus what is the changes in the first commodity? 4. 4 by 10 of 80 will be 132. So 80 plus 32 will be 112. And second commodities increased by 3%. 3 by 10 of 50 will be 65. That means you have to add 50 plus 15, 65. And the third commodities increased by 2%, ratio is 2. So 2 by 10 of 40 will be 8. So 40 plus 8 will be 48. 30 plus, what is the fourth commodities ratio? 1. So 1 by of 10 of 30 will be 3. So 30 plus 3 will be 30. So this is the new weightage after bringing changes in the commodity value. We have got a new weightage W. Okay, we already know the P value, which is already we calculated in the previous table. We won't bring any changes in the P value because there is no changes in the P0 and P1 value. They told that suppose if the weightage has been increased, okay, if the weightage has been increased by certain percentage, then what will be the new weightage they're asking? And after that, for that, they're asking to find out what will be the change in the index number. So new weightage we got. Now we need to calculate WP. Okay, what is the value of 112 into 125? 14,000. Very good, Kishore. Next, 65 to 125, 8,125. Okay, what is the value of 48 into 125? 6,000. Okay, 33 into 150, 4,950. Good. Okay, now we got this value, right? Now we need to find out the summation of WP. What is the summation of WP? 33,075. 33,075. Okay, what is the summation of weightage? Because we got the new weightage, right? Not the previous one. So we need to find out the new weightage answers also. 258. Okay, very good. So now in the previous step, we got the price index value for the given problem. And then they're asking to find out what will be the change in the index number. Suppose if the commodities values of each item increased with certain percentage. So we need to find out the index number in two different ways. The first one is for the given problem. Second one is we need to adjust the weightage value based on the ratio given in the problem. So based on that, we got the new weightage. We calculated the WP value. Now we need to substitute and find out the value. Now 33,075 divided by 258. What will be the answer? What is the price index for the new commodities? 33,075 divided by 258. Yeah, what is the answer for this? 128.19. Okay, good. So this is the price index for the new weightage, and this is the price index for the given weightage. Now what we are asking to find out, what is the changes in the index number? So changes in the index number is we need to find out the difference. So 128 change in the index number 128.75, right? The previous one. Yes. Minus 128.19. What is the changes in the index number? 128.75 minus 128.9. 0.56. Yeah. So 0.56. That is a 56%. That is the changes in the price index number. Okay, 0.56 is the difference in the index number. Okay, so this is the final value we got. Okay, yes. So as per the problem, as per the questions in the problem, we got the changes in the index number. So now, did you understood how to calculate the price index number under weighted average of price relative? Is there any doubts? See, you're using the formula like summation WP by W, summation IV by summation V. It's all depend upon the values which is given in the problem. Don't think that, sir, weight is given, we have to use summation WP by summation W. Okay, check along with the weightage whether you will get P value or whether you are getting P0, P1 value. Sometimes weight will not be given. They will not give W weightage, and then as well as index number will not given. They will give only the value, price and the quantity value for base year, current year. With that also we can find out the either W or I or P or V. Okay, and now you just copy this problem. I think up to this you are copied, right? Up to the first table you are copied. From which part you want to copy, tell me, so that I can show that page. If you are copied in the first table, okay. If you want to copy the second table, that means after changing the weightage, please copy this problem and note down what is the changes in the index number. Once if it is done, tell me, we'll move on to the second problem. Copy. Copy the final answer also. So this price index is for the new one. The previous price index 128.75 is for the given problem. After bringing changes in the weightage value, we got the new price index value. Now they're asking what is the changes. So 0.56 is a change. Copy. So if you copy it, please tell me. Now we'll move to the next problem. Okay, any doubts in this method? Yes, if you have any doubts, please tell me. Because under each and every method, okay, there are different procedures are there. Simple method, we have to sum up all the price value. Base and current year, we can substitute the formula. Simple aggregate, log value, anti-log, we have to find out. Lapses, passes method and all, according to the given value, we need, according to the formula, we need to find the combination P0, Q1, okay, P1, Q0, P0, Q1, P1, Q1, like that combination we need to find out for Lapses, passive, Fisher. That's it. And then the weighted, that is a weighted method. Weighted aggregate method, that is a weighted aggregate method. The weighted average method, we need to apply the formula according to the given value. Okay. Yes, done. Okay, fine. So if you have completed, then I'll move to the second problem. Okay, now I'll move to the second problem. Take down the second problem. This is the second problem. So in the second problem, they're asking to calculate weighted average of price relative index number for the following data. So 5 items are given and base year quantity is given, base year price is given, current year price is given. This is what I told. In some problem, they will not give weight as well as they will not give index. Now, how you can calculate? Tell me what we can do now. What is the procedure to solve this problem? Can anyone can tell me? Now, in the previous problem, you know what is weight. And then we calculated the P by using P0 and P1. But in the second problem, they didn't give weightage also. They didn't give index number also. Then how we have to solve? How we have to solve? Yeah, come on. Yeah, guys, please. Anyone can give an idea how to solve this problem? We have to find the value. So what are the values we can find out? Value in the sense is we can find out V or W. Okay, we can find out either V or W and I or P. Okay, if you are finding I and then V, use second formula, summation IV by V. If you are finding P or W, use the first formula. Both are same only, sir. Okay, now, so this is a given problem. Okay, and this is a formula. Sir, you can ask, sir, which formula we have to use, either first formula, second formula. That's why I mentioned R, either first one or second one. Okay, now I'll go to the calculation part. See, this is a calculation. So this is a base year quantity, right? That means Q0. Base year price P0. Current year price P1. Okay. Now, I told you, right, if W and I is not given, we can calculate W and IV also by using the base and the current year price quantity value. Now, P0, Q0, P0, P1 is given. Okay, now can we calculate V as well as W? V and W what? P0 into Q0. Okay, P0 into Q0. So tell me what is the P0 and Q0? That means you have to multiply these two values. Okay, now 3 into 30 will be 90 and 2 into 20 will be 40, 10 into 2 will be 20 and 3 into 90 will be 57 and 2 into 200 will be 400, right? Is it right? Okay. If any mistakes, please kindly let me know, and you can give the total value. 90 plus 40, 130, 150, 257 and 657, right? Okay. Now we need to calculate I. Sir, why, sir, you calculated V? See, what is the formula for V? What is the formula for V? V equal to P0 into Q0. Okay, that's why we have calculated V. Or we can take it as a W. That's why I told you, you can take anything. Now, here I want to work out the problem with the second formula. That's why I mentioned the V. Now, next, what we have to find out, if you are calculating V, we need to find out I. Suppose if you are calculating W, we need to find out P. Both are same. Now, what is I? How we can calculate I? Current year price divided by the base year price into 100. So P1 divided by P0. P1 is already given 32. So what is the value? 32 divided by 30 into 100. Can anyone? Similarly, 106.6. Okay, very good. Second one, 22 divided by 20 into 100. Again 106. 110. Okay. I'll write that explanation, otherwise some people will not understand. Okay, next one is P1 is 3 divided by 2 into 100. What is the value? 150. Good. And 24 divided by 19 into 100. What is the value? 126.3. Good. Now the last one is 250 divided by 200 into 100, which is equal to 125. Okay, so we got the I value. We got the I value. We can say it is also called as a W value. Oh, sorry, P value. Okay, and the formula, since we know I and V, we can calculate IV, right? Suppose if you are mentioning here, instead of V, you are mentioning W. Instead of I, you are mentioning P. Then it will be WP. You can use both the formula, no issue. That's why I mentioned here R. Okay, now tell me I into V. 90 into 106.6. 90 into 106.6, 9,594. Okay, good. And 40 into 110, 40 into 110, 4,400. 20 into 150, 3,000. 57 into 126.3, 57 into 126.3. Yeah, guys, 7,199.1. Okay. And 400 into 125, I think 1 lakh or 50,000. Okay, fine. Now tell me the total value of all the IV, I into V value. 50,000 plus 7,199 plus 3,000 plus 4,400 plus 1,595. Please sum up all the value and tell me. And also please cross check whether summation V value is 657. Is it right or not? 74,193.1 is the total summation value of IV. Okay. So we got summation IV and then summation V. Now we know the formula, right? As already told you, this is the formula. Okay, you can use this formula also, but if you're using this formula, instead of V, you should make it as a W. Instead of I, you should make it as a P. Instead of IV, you mention WP. That's it. Right? Only you have to change the term. Okay, now we can go for the substitution. Now, what is the summation IV value? 74,193.1 is divided by 657. Now tell me what is the answer? 74,193. Sorry, 607. Okay. Okay, 607. Summation IV value also there is a changes. 74,198.5. How 198.5? Because only 0.1 is there. Which is the right one? Please clarify. 74,193.1 is the right answer. 74,198.5 is the right answer. Anyone can clarify so that we can find out the answer. 74,193.1 is the right answer. It's right only you took extra digit. But if you took extra digit also, there is a 5 differences you are getting. Okay, no problem. Okay, now tell me what is the answer after dividing 74,193.1 divided by 607. 122.22. Okay, fine. Now this is the final answer. So we got the price index, sorry, by using a weighted in average price of relative method. Okay, now is it clear? So I will show the tabular column. You just copy this. So see, I told you right, sir. W is given, P is given. You can use it. Use the formula, first formula. If I index number is given, V is given, you can use the second formula. In some cases, they will not give weightage and index value. They will give only this base year, current year value. With that only we need to calculate. See, usually you will be calculating only this two. So you can use any one of these formula. But suppose in the problem they mentioned the weightage and then the p value, or weightage is given. To calculate p value, what we need? We need the price value for current year and base year. P1, P0 only we need to calculate p. So weight will be given, P0, P1 will be given. So in that cases, in that problem, you need to find out the p value, and you have to use the first formula, summation WP by summation W only you have to use, because weight is given. Okay, suppose instead of weight, index is given. And then the same P1, P0, P1 is given. You can calculate the I. P1 by P0 into 100, that is equal to I value. So, in the, sorry, V value, that is called W, okay, right? I or V. You have to find out the V value, P0 into Q0. Already I is given. So in that case, you have to use summation IV by summation V formula. Suppose weightage and value only is not given directly, only P1, P0, Q0, Q1 is given, then you can use this method. You can use any formula, either first or second formula. Anyhow, you will get the same answer. But which formula you are going to use? If you are using a summation IV by summation V formula, you have to mention the term V and I. Suppose if you are using the summation WP by summation W formula, you have to use, instead of V, you have to use W, instead of I, you have to use P. Here, instead of IV, you have to use WP. This that you need to correct it. Okay. Did you copy it? Did you copy this tabular column? In I value, I took 106.6. No problem. Actually, 106.66 we have to take, but they told only one digit, so I just written one digit. Better, I told you, right? After a decimal, please take 2 points. If everyone follows the same pattern, definitely everyone will get the same answer. Okay, so after copying this table, you copy this value. This is the final answer. Okay, so with that, the weighted average of price relative method is over. Okay, now we solved all the problems. Okay, under two methods, simple index method as well as weighted index method. Okay, so the methods, the problems under this index method is over. Copy it. So let's move on to the next topic. If you have copied, please tell me. I will stop sharing this document and I'll share my PPT because we are going for the new topic now. Then copy it, guys. Oh, okay, copied. Okay, very good. Fine. Now I'll stop sharing this document and I'll share my PPT now. Okay. Fine. So this is what the second problem we worked out, right? Okay. And take down this homework problem. Only one problem I given here. Please take down this homework problem. I see the percentage of sending the homework was reducing from the past 1 week onwards. Okay, since you people are thinking that working day is going to end at May 20, so why you need to send? Please, what are the problems I given the last week? I gave okay almost 5 problems under Flapsys, Passes, Fisher method, right? So please solve the. I got only 3 homework problem for the last week. I don't know what about others. I already told you, you will get benefited. Okay, you will learn. Otherwise, it will be difficult. You may think that exam will be in online. No, it is a college has given clear instruction. 10th semester examination will be in the offline. In online, you will copy from others. Okay, through what message, all the things you will do. We know, but you are the loser if you're doing that. So please concentrate. I already told you this is not a theory paper to just read the book and then come and write as it is whatever you know. If you are not applying the right formula, if you are not applying the right method, if you are not doing the right calculation, you won't get a right answer. Everything will go wrong. Right? Even if, sir, I got the right answer, sir, but the methodology is wrong, totally wrong. Only 1 mark you will get for answer. The remaining steps mark is gone. Sir, I didn't write the formula, sir, but I substituted and I got the answer. Okay, 1 mark is gone. 1 mark is for formula and 2 to 3 marks for calculation. and 1 mark for answer. Like that, depend upon 5 mark or 10 mark. 10 marks means you will get according to that. For example, in mode, you are getting a grouping problem under a mode. So they'll ask you to first for grouping, they'll give 5 marks, a Taylor column. And then for writing the formula, 1 mark. That calculation, 2 mark. So 8 mark. For answer, 2 mark, 10 mark. This is how they will break up the marks for the problem. Suppose in that grouping you done mistake, totally it's gone wrong, but you written the formula right. 1 mark you will get, that's all, out of 10. So please work out the homework problem. Practice a lot. I already told you, if you have any doubts also, please, if you hesitate to call during the class time, okay, after the class time, afternoon you are free, call me. Okay, how to solve this problem? Open your problem, okay, open your note and ask me, I will explain you. No problem at all. But simply you're sitting there and no problem, we will copy from others, we will just copy from the internet through online. Don't think like that. Okay, so it's going to be the offline exam. Please be practice all the homework problem. Okay, did you copy this homework problem? Shall I move on to the next topic? And there are some few students out there not even sending the homework problem for the last 2 months. From April onwards, I have a list. Some I think some 7 to 8 students, they are mandatory. They are regularly, they have the habit of not sending the homework problem. So 8 students are there. Let's see what is the mark they'll be getting, what is their internal mark, all those things. No problem. Copy it. Yes, please at least kindly reply whether you copy the homework problem or not, so that I can move on to the next topic, because it's already 10:50. Okay, fine. Okay, so next, yeah. So now we come to the last topic of your 5th unit. So the consumer price index number. This is the final topic. So with that, we will be ending the 5th unit and we will be ending the entire syllabus. Okay, so in the consumer price index number, we have 2 methods, the same aggregate method and the family expenditure method. In that, we will work out some 2 problems under each and every method. So totally 4 problems are there. Okay, 2 problems we will work out today and the 2 more problems we will work out tomorrow. So with that, tomorrow we will end the syllabus. Okay, so next, the last topic is consumer price index number. As already explained about what is index number. Okay, so here this consumer price index is focusing on the comparison of the cost of living of the people, because I already told you index number is what, it's like a comparison, right? So you need to compare the price or the quantity of the current year with the previous year, maybe before 5 years, or what is the difference between the 2010 and 2014, or what is the percentage of changes takes place in the price value quantity, or according to the different locations, according to different time period on the particular commodity. All those things comes in index number. Now the specific topic is consumer price index number. Here, what is the cost of living? For example, you are earning, you can say, sir, now the price of the coffee or a tea or any soft drinks like that 10 rupees or 10 rupees. But when we are studying, I with my knowledge, what I know, I started drinking a tea with 2 rupees 50 paise. Whether I don't know if you believe it or not, 2 rupees 50 paise is the that is a year that we had, and from the 2 rupees 50 paise, it was increased to 5 rupees, and then the 7 rupees, now 10 rupees, and the coffee is 15 rupees. And now in that itself, we have a different variety, right? Black tea, black coffee, lemon tea, all those things, and cold coffee. So according to that, the prices get changed. So in olden days and all, if we have 5,000 rupees, okay, if you have a 10,000 rupees, right? See, before 10 years, like 12 to 13 years, before 13 years, I started my career with 12,000 rupees. So in that 12,000 rupees, I can able to manage, because almost 15 years back it is. All right. So in 15 years back, we can able to manage our expenses and the family with 10,000 rupees is enough. We can have some savings. But see now, in the present situations, the minimum, the standard amount what we need, okay, to survive in our life is, it is like a 30 to 35,000 in the city side and 15 to 20,000 in the semi-urban, and rural means even 10,000 is enough. Okay, so this is what our lifestyle. So if you want to measure, so what is the cost of living index? Comparing the people living in Bangalore, people living in the semi-urban, and then the rural. So you can see the changes in each and every locations. And also, if you want to see the what is the lifestyle of the people in Bangalore before 15 to 20 years, definitely it will change. Okay, so the consumer price index number is, it is to just represent the what is the changes in the price, changes in the cost of living, changes in the cost of living over a different period of time. For that purpose only we are going to calculate this consumer price index number. Okay, so through this consumer price index number, we can able to know what is the changes takes. That's why I told you. With 10,000, I can live my life before 10 years, 15 years. But now I need minimum 50,000, 70,000, 1 lakh. If you are a bachelor, if it is 20,000, okay, fine. But if you are a family man, definitely you need minimum 40 to 50,000 to live in the metropolitan cities. Okay, so to measure this only, we are going to study this concept. We are going to work out the problem under this. Okay, so here the cost of living index, we cannot say that it is totally it's a standard of living. It's a part of the standard of living. That means, for example, you are earning 50,000. What is your amount you need? The standard amount you need to live your life, sir. If you have 30,000, it's enough. Standard every month, if you add 30,000 as a standard amount, I can live my life. Above 30,000 or 35, 40, 50 is depend upon the work I'm doing, depend upon the need. But standard amount what I need is 30,000. So that should not be get affected. That's why if you see every day corporate companies, they will bring changes in the pay scale structure, right? They will bring changes in the pay scale, a 10% increment in your salary, 15% increment, 30% bonus. This is like to maintain your standard of living. Okay, for that only they will bring this concept. So here we will discuss what is the objective. See, this is objective. So to know the value of the money, and also according to that we can able to bring changes in the pay scale structure, that is salary structure. Okay, now the minimum salary structure is 25 to 30,000. Okay, and then second important objective is through this also we can bring a lot of changes in the wages and salary. See, if you take the corporates and the government, all those things, they are giving a salary rate. For example, you are earning 50,000. 50,000 is not a consolidated salary. If you talk about the corporates and the government, initially you may get it as a consolidated pay, but after crossing your probationary period, they will make your salary structure as a different criteria, like basic pay scale. So in the 50,000, basic pay scales will be 23,000. All this remaining thing is HRA, DA, and other allowances, ESI, PF, all those things it will go. So when they are saying that we want to bring 10% increment on your salary, it is not 10% on 50,000. It is 10% on the basic pay. And they are saying that we are going to deduct 10% on your salary as ESI, PF. That means what is the percentage that allocated in the 50,000 as a ESI, PF? From that only they will deduct. So for those calculations, for those changes also, they will use this consumer price index number, and this is also used by the government as well as the corporate to bring lot of changes in their policies regarding the price, wage, economy, right? And also even it is also used to analyze the market condition also. And that's why I told you before 15 years, the cost of the single tea was 2 rupees 50 paise, and then 5 rupees, 7 rupees. Now it is 10 rupees and 15 rupees. Okay, this is what the objectives of consumer price index number, and this is a method. So please note down this formula. The same formula, sir. See, the first method is aggregated in expenditure method. Second one is a family budget method. Aggregate expenditure method similar to Lapsus method. Summation P1 Q0 by summation P0 Q0 into 100. That's it. Second method is a family budget method, which is weighted of average relative price method. Just now we worked out the same formula. Summation PV by PV instead of V we use W there. you can use that also. See the note. The above formula can be written as summation IV by IV, or summation PW by summation W, or summation IW by summation W. And the same thing, you can calculate the P1 by P0 into 100, you can calculate the V also. This P also can be called as a what? I. V also can be called as a W. The same formula, sir. This is not a new formula. Take down this formula, aggregated expenditure method, Laplace method formula, and the family budget method, weighted average of price related method formula. Okay, so this is the two methods we are going to work out. So once if you copy, please tell me, we will start working out the problem. We need to work out two problems within 15 minutes. Please note down the note also. This formula, consumer price index summation PV by summation V, can be also written as summation IV by summation V, or summation PW by summation W, or summation IW by summation W. Once if you copy this formula, tell me. I'll move on to the problem and we'll work out the problem. Copied? Okay, fine. Okay, thank you, Alina. Okay, now I'll move to the problem, guys. Okay, take down this first two problems. We'll work out now first two problems. So the first problem is given, calculate the cost of living index number from the following data. See, items is given, index is given, weightage is given. So I is given, W is given, right? Now we can calculate directly. I is given, W is given. So what is the formula? Refer the previous slide. You copied the formula, right? There are different formula you copied. Use any one of the formula and find out. You calculate I into W, open up one more column, I into W, multiply this, calculate summation IW, calculate summation W. Please take down the two problems also, because at a stage we are going to work out the two problems. First problem, they're given a tabular format. Second problem, the same thing only, but they're given in like a statement. You need to extract the data from the given statement and make it as a tabular column. That is very simple. If you copied, tell me, I will stop sharing this PPT and I'll move on to the Word document to work out the problem. Make it fast. And if you copied the first problem, you can start working on the first problem. It's very simple. Already items index weight is given. Open one more column. I and W is given. Find out IW. Calculate the IW total value, summation IW. Calculate summation W value. You know the formula, substitute and find out the what is the cost of living index number. Copy it. Okay, guys, copied. Shall I proceed?
For 1 minute, sir.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. See the second problem, they are not asking only to calculate the cost of living index. After calculating the cost of living index, they want to measure what is the extra allowances the particular person will get according to the new salary. For that, you should calculate the allowances for the previous salary for 24,000. Whatever the amount that you're getting, you need to add and then you need to subtract. That calculation will work out. So like that, some problems they will ask you to, they will give some adjustment and they'll ask you to do it. Okay, so don't confuse. Read out the problem and then do step by step. And otherwise, there are some students after seeing this problem, they will not attend the problem at all. First of all, don't think like that. Just go through the problem. It is easy for you to understand, and if you are able to apply the formula and find out, go ahead. Okay. Yes, shall I proceed? Yes, we have 10 more minutes time. First problem will take only 2 to 3 minutes. The second problem it will take some 4 to 5 minutes. Copied? Sneha, shall I proceed?
Yes, sir. Done.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'll stop sharing this and I will move on to the Word document. Yes. So this is the first problem, right? Okay. So I already told you, right? See, I is given, weight is given. This is the given problem. So we can use this formula because already I shown the formula slide. So you need to calculate IW. Now tell me what is the IW value? 323.79 into 50. Come on, make it fast. We have 8 more minutes. 16,189.5. After 0.5, is there any value? Better you tell me after point. Okay, no problem. 2 digits also. Otherwise, okay. 310 into, okay, it is 220 into 80,760 and 12 into 150,800 and this is 600, right? 6,000. Okay, good. Now what is the total value of weightage as well as total value of I into W? This is 60, 68, 70, 80, 100 and this will be 28,849.5. Okay, good. So we can substitute directly now. So 28,849.5 divided by 100. So it is very easy, right? What is that value? 88.495. That's it. Simple, right? So this is the cost of living index number. That means a present combination, right? When you compare the previous year and the present year, this is a price index number that you have to follow to have live your life. Okay, now you can copy this problem. So simple. Sometimes they'll ask simple problems also, but don't expect this kind of problems in the 4 and 10 marks round. 4 and 10 marks now they'll ask different methods. Copy it. This is very simple calculation. Once you copy it, tell me, we'll move on to the next problem. Okay, copy it. Good. Now we'll move on to the next problem. Second problem, I told you, right? This is the second problem. Okay. See, after seeing the second problem, I just made the problem into the tabular format. See this. See items, how many items are there? 5 items are there: food, rent, cloth, fuel, and miscellaneous expenses. These are the 5 items. They are saying that they are asking you to find out what is this is the budget of the middle class family, those who are living in a city. And they are saying that average the percentage expenses on different group is 45, 15. That means weightage is given. This much percentage of amount they are spending as expenses. Weightage is given 45 percentage, 15 percentage on food, sorry, rent, 12 percentage on clothing, 8 percentage on fuel. And then the group index number for the current year, okay, with the fixed base year respectively 4, 10, 1. So index number is given. So we know I, we know W. Now we can use the same method what we have followed in the first problem, right? Same method. I is given, W is given. Okay, first we will calculate the cost of living index number. That is the first question, right? See the first question. Calculate the cost of living index number for the current year they're asking. First, find out that first. Then we will move on to this adjustment. Okay, now I wrote this problem value in the tabular format and I given the name I and W. Now tell me what is the IW value? 410 into 45. 410 into 45. Yeah, what is the value of 410 into 45? Okay, guys, come on.
18,450.
18,450. Good. 150 into 15. What is the value of 150 into 15? 2,250. 343 into 12. 5,550. Okay, 150. 248 into 8. 248 into 8.
1,984.
And 285 into 20.
5,700.
Okay, now tell me the total weightage value as well as IW value. So 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100. Okay. And here, so 12 into 343, 4,160 now. Okay. Yeah, guys, there is a changes in the third row for clothing. 12 into 343 will be 4,160. Okay, right, fine. Now, what is the total value of INW? Sorry, IW. 33,500. Okay, so we got the value now. Now again we are going to substitute in the formula and we have find out 33,500 divided by 100. What you will get? You will get 325. So this is the cost of living index for the current year. Okay, up to this you are clear, right? Okay, now what is the question they're asking? See the adjustment. Mr. X. Okay, there is a person called Mr. X. He is getting a salary 24,000 base pay. That means maybe 2 years back or 3 years back, that we don't know. But its previous salary is 24,000. But at present he is getting 43,000. So you can know what is the difference in the salary. Okay, but they didn't ask that what is the difference in salary. They are asking what is the extra allowances should be there to maintain a standard of living. That's why I told you no. In 50,000, there are some amount will be the basic pay. There are some amount will be as house rent allowance. Some allowance will be the DA and then TA, traveling allowance, ESA, PF. Okay, at least if they are deducting the ESA, PF and he need that allowances, then only he can able to run his family. Like that, salary is okay. Previous salary is 24,000. Present salary is 43,000. From that we can identify what is the changes in the salary. That's okay. But they're asking how much he has to receive an extra allowances to maintain his standard of living. So they're asking only the allowances part. So do you know the allowances part for the previous salary? We don't know. So first we need to calculate the what is the allowances part for the previous salary according to the cost of living index number. So see, real salary of Mr. X during the current year after considering the CPI index is, what is the previous salary? 24,000 into what is the cost of living in the 325 divided by 100. Okay, now what is the value you're getting? 325 by 100 into 24,000. What is the value? 32,000. Oh, not. Okay, let's finish. 24,000 into 325 by 100. Yeah, guys, come on, please. It's already time up. 78,000. Very good. So this is the real salary of the particular person if you include this allowance. But what is the present salary is earning? So present salary is earning is 43,000, right? 43, yeah. Yes, 43. Right? Okay, so what is the extra allowances he has to get? Extra allowances equal to 78,000 minus what is the present salary? 43,000, which is equal to rupees
35,000.
35,000. So 35,000 as the extra salary, extra allowances we need to get along with the current salary. Current salary is 43,000. Okay, so what is the extra allowances that he has to get? 35,000 he has to get as extra allowance, so that you will get total 78,000. Okay, so with this problem is over. Clear? Okay, you can copy this. Once if you copy, tell me. So we written here, see, X is getting, therefore extra allowances need to maintain the standard of living is rupees 35,000. Like that you have to write. Extra allowances needed for Mr. X for standard extra allowances for Mr. X for standard of price is rupees 35,000. Okay, copied. So with this, the second problem is over. Now, did you understand what is the consumer price index number? There is much difference between the previous method and this method. The same thing. Only thing is here, instead of giving a price and quantity, they are given the index and the weightage. That's all. They won't give the base year and current year price value. Already they are given the index and weightage value by considering the base and current year. Whereas in the simple and weighted index method, they will give all those things, and according to the formula, we need to calculate the value. Whereas in the consumer price index method, already the values will be given which we need to calculate the price index. Okay, copy it. Once if you copy it, tell me. So with that, the second problem is over. Still we have two more problems that we will work out in the tomorrow class. Third and fourth problem is there. So with that, fifth unit will be over, and entire syllabus, business syllabus is over. So we will complete the syllabus tomorrow. And if anybody having any doubts, sir, I need some explanation in the third unit, I need some more explanation in the fourth unit, second unit, means please make a note of it. On Thursday, that is tomorrow's Wednesday, on Thursday we have first hour, right? First hour we will have some revision. Okay, what are the things that we can do within that 1 hour, we can revise. You just identify which is a major thing you want to revise. There are some concepts very, very simple, right? We don't need to revise those concepts and all. Whichever your feelings are, which is very difficult, or you want some inputs, means tell me. We will have it some revisions on Thursday. Okay, copy it. Shall I wind up the class? Yeah, guys, reply, guys. Not replying anything.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, madam. Fine. So I think you copied this problem, right? Okay, this is the second problem. Okay, so with this, we will end the session, and tomorrow we will work out the third and the fourth problem. Okay. So I'll stop sharing this. Okay, please, those who are not completed the homework, kindly complete the homework problem and send. Okay. No other teacher will request like this and all. Okay, I'm just understanding the situation. I'm requesting. It is for your benefit, but then also you will not replying. Please work out the problem and send me the homework. Okay. So with this, I will end the session. Tomorrow we will discuss the 2 more problem under consumer price index. Okay. Thank you all.